Time is an odd thing. Growing up, I was excited about what the years might hold, about the places I'd visit. I recall childhood moments with my mother on her throne and my father, a figure of mystery. I remember the rat plague, Mother's passing, and all that happened at the Hound Pits pub.
Fun times.
I just want to put an end to Delilah's reign and get my father back. This house holds her secrets. Delilah pulled herself up from tragedy, grabbing the Empire and changing it to her liking.
She's only been charged a few
Cut
days.
Bell, she transformed a coddled dilettante into a schemer who helped her take my throne. She's made herself immortal, and even my father's sword couldn't end her life. I'm going to undo all she's done. And next time, I'll hold on to the things I cherish, just a bit tighter. That's strange. I feel drained by this place.
No, that's not good. Oh, we're drained of spiritual energy and unable to use our supernatural powers. You what? No. I don't want this. I never asked for this. How am I supposed to get by without my powers? What if I need to get something off a high shelf or slip through a small hole?
Something's wrong here. Even the air feels off.
This is most unacceptable. Will my bone charms still work? I feel like they generally do in the first game. If you went powerless only, they did.
Would this place be any different had I not passed from the world?
That's a good question, heart friend. So the heart still works. Blink does not. We appear to have no mana. I'm not seeing any other ways in other than the front door. So I guess we just waltz in. What's exactly
Stilton's
secure in
sealed
this
off from
place?
the rest of the district.
Just big wooden boards everywhere. I feel like people could get through those without too much hassle. Now. So we've got the rune up there. Is there any reason to have anything other than the heart out? Given as our powers don't work. I suppose we've got like sleep darts and whatnot. So maybe it's worth having a crossbow handy. Right, so people have been in here since everything went to shit because they've written Dust Districts on the wall.
Could that be Stilton?
Is that Stilton? Talk to Stilton? Can we get to Stilton?
Food for me, in and out, like the wind. I think they're afraid.
Yeah, we know that the Howlers drop off food for him. We've established this already. Do we steal his food? That seems a bit mean.
We'll be getting started soon. The Duke's beloved is coming back.
So step one then, find our way to Stilton. Seems like he's as much a victim in this as anyone else.
I dreamed the Duke and I were hunting, but the deer had faces.
Yeah, he seems quite mad. So whatever rituals Delilah engaged in here, or the Duke engaged in on behalf of Delilah, may well have turned Stilton into a crazy person. No. No signs of any villains. I mean, why would there be? Based on what we know so
Keeps
far.
The room's clean and dry. The house goes to rot.
Yeah, based on what we know, no one comes in here. New room, lovely. That gives us 1. We've always just got 1. It's fine. So yeah, it seems like our bone charms are still working because we're moving around real fast in stealth. Can we just drop down here and chat with him?
Time is leaking, coming out of the walls.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Ruining the carpets.
You don't want your carpets ruined by time leakage.
Put that thing away, will you? Grotesque. Yes, yes, I can see it.
Right,
The others can't.
There we go.
can they?
we're in. Mr. Stilton.
Yo,
Aramis Stilton?
warm the quilts, will you? I feel
3 years ago, something inside Aramis Stilton snapped like a cheap lock. A part of him and a part of this house never left that evening. The Duke's inner circle are still gathered here, setting their grand plan into motion. Delilah's plan. And a part of Aramis Stilton is always here, still breaking. The Void is not exactly a place, and it's much older and stranger than you could ever know. It watches you from within. And at the heart of Stilton's house, the Void is leaking through a pinprick left behind by Delilah's little trick.
That doesn't seem good.
Even magic is perverted here, and things don't work like they should. Take this. Imagine it's a kind of timepiece.
Okay.
Go and watch the Duke and Delilah. See for yourself what they did.
Take the outsider's timepiece. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is.
like it's going to be cold.
So, we can use the timepiece to travel between the present and the past. Interesting. Change timelines to circumvent obstacles and escape enemies. Yep. Can't change timelines when an obstacle occupies your destination. Makes sense. Time passes in both timelines, regardless of which you occupy. Okay. Changes made in the past have consequences in the present. Of course they do.
To Dunwall and tell the Empress that the Duke is in the garden digging up corpses, and he has learned how to sing. She'll know what you mean. I can't stand. the
So we
way
can
they
see
look at me. Ashworth,
what's happening.
Jindosh, and little Luca grown up.
We could get out through there, because we could change it
Not really.
and all would be well.
She clawed her way back. Ashworth helped open the way.
Right. So yeah, he's not well. Is this room going to be empty?
Quiet. The one in the void hears everything.
If we switch back. Right.
By the void.
Your guests are waiting in the study. The Duke is demanding refreshments, and I can't get in without the combination.
There's a note on the door, Captain Winterbourne.
What? He's out back. I need the code to the study.
It's in his notebook, ma'am, but he keeps it with him.
Thank you, Corporal. Speaking bluntly, I really don't like Stilton's guests. Earlier, I got my ass chewed out by the Royal Curator. What's her name?
You're talking about Brianna Ashworth, I believe.
Yes, that's her. She's an odd one. Anyway, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Captain.
Right. So we are in the past. Everything here is much nicer. And we should be able to find a way out. Possibly up the stairs? Because if this door is locked... Yeah, we need the
Only way
master
out of
key.
here is through the present, using this timepiece.
So the only way out is through the present, you say? Does this not go anywhere then? No, it doesn't. Okay. But we've learned a clue.
That thing of bones that Ashworth made. It's on the ceiling. I hear it at night. Bones from the deep, far beneath the waves.
So maybe we need to look for a thing that's on the ceiling. Why would they be keeping Aramis Stilton alive? Right, are we past the door now? Now, if we transition though, are we going to run into a guard?
I think I heard something
Or is he gone?
under my shoe.
He's gone. And in the past, we still also can't use magic.
Stilton's home was quite nice before whatever happened.
What am I supposed to do with a request like that?
Right, we're in a kitchen. What do we do in this kitchen? Yeah, we couldn't pass in here before, but now we're in. Let's have a peek around, shall we? I feel like I'd like to spend as much time as possible in the present, just because there's no enemies around. We could ruminate. See what's going on. So, over here we've got general kitchen-based stuff. This way though, this door is blocked. Is it blocked in the past? Why would it be blocked in the past? I don't think it would be. So maybe we can go that way. There doesn't seem to be much else we can do in this room. Kitchen key needed.
Wrong with people.
Do you have a kitchen key? No. Do you have a kitchen key? Doesn't look as though anyone in here has a kitchen key. But we can still knock them out regardless. Where's the harm? Those windows don't appear to be ones that we can open. Now, where would one find a kitchen key in a kitchen? Would it just be in the kitchen, hanging up on a hook? Would it be in lockers? Maybe it's not even in the kitchen, although... You would expect it to be. Maybe it's on the other side of this door. But did we or did we not get strength? And can we use that to break through doors? No, this door is secure. Right, there's a room nearby. Upstairs, perhaps. Where's our timepiece? It's on 0. So what if we transition? We can nip through there very well. What does this do for us? Right, so that window is blocked in the past. Well and good. So I guess we'll just stay in the present for now. See how far we can poke around in the present before anything untoward pops up in our way. Careful of the balcony. It's near to falling down. Don't touch the supports. Right. It'd be a terrible shame if someone were to touch those supports. But let's see, we're in the present. If we go back in the past and break the balcony, and then come back to the present, will it have fallen down? And is there a lad up there? There is. Are we worried about that lad? Maybe not.
What was that?
Oops.
Let's see.
Ah, yeah, the supports are missing here, so that's fine. See if anyone noticed what we just did. Yeah, there is a guard coming round. Maybe we could use that to our advantage. Yeah, we'll drop you there for a moment. And did anyone else notice anything? Was that the guard who was up top or not? Either way, there doesn't seem to be a guard up there now. There we go. Now, is someone else going to come down, though? And try and see this guard lying on the floor? I feel like maybe not. And yeah, we were right. Balcony is now buggered. So what's that done for us? I mean, it's allowed us up for a start. And there's a combination nearby. So that door is locked, but it's locked. Okay, blood flies. Alright, so the balcony is still a bit wobbly in the past, but it's not broken. Nope. There's a nest keeper. So there are enemies in the present. They're just different ones. We've got no dark vision. Yep. There we go, it's all kicked off.
I can tell. They don't like you. Nothing I can do about it.
Are you gonna attack in such a way that I can choke you out? Maybe not. Maybe you've just given up for some reason. But I just can't seem to choke you. Very strange. Either way, what happens if we go into the past over here? There's nobody really around by the look of it.
Mr. Stilton must be a big reader. I saw the books in the study.
Stilton? Hardly. Those are for show.
Why would you buy so many books if you're not even going to read them?
They're not books. They're symbols of wealth and good breeding. Now, get back to doing your job.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so we've got multiple guards about. Maybe if we're quick we can get through this door. Oh god, there's guards everywhere. Yep, we don't like that. Where's our nest keeper gone? He's down there somewhere. Maybe if we went back into the past, we could grab some bottles of flammable and then bring them to the present and use them to take out these nests. Let's see what that nest keeper does and see if we can't choke him out. Yeah, bloody hell. Come on then. Yeah, we can't. We can't just choke him out. Okay. He's also not astonishingly bothered by our presence. Look, he's already going back to business. But why can't we just choke him? That'll do. Now we've got 2 incendiary bolts. And we've got a lot of blood flies. So they're looking in a door.
Whatever happens seems to be centered at some focal point.
Right, some coins. We like coins. Right, Yuki, you can't sit on my mouse hand whilst I'm dishonoring. That's not going to work. Right, at least we can deal with all these. Doesn't seem that challenging. Good. Lovely. So yeah, bloodfly nests, not too much of a problem there. These ones down here, probably also not a problem, just more of the same. Although, is that another nest keeper in the background? Maybe. But there's barely any flies left, so... Oh god, yep. There's a nest keeper on us. Right. Yuki, are you going to just take a seat on my lap? Be a good boy. Who's a good boy? Nope, he's just going to roam back and forth and just generally get in the way, so I'm going to have to nudge him out of the way. Horrible little goblin of a cat. Some say he's the best cat. But he's a disruptor of gaming. Right, that's the majority of these blood bastards dealt with. Come on. Maybe I should have just used an incendiary bolt. Made my life much easier. There we go. And maybe we'll just sleep dart this boy.
Don't like you.
Shush. Okay. Problem solved. Bloodfly's gone. Health elixir recovered. Now, we are gonna have to study this room full of guards. There's definitely stuff that's been happening around here. Right, so we've got a door that we can't get through, so we're gonna have to go through time to get to that. Now there's more bloody flies around. Do you have a nest keeper? I mean, yeah, slashing him up seems to be the best bet. Health elixirs are infinitely more renewable than incendiary bolts. There we go. Was that a blueprint in the present? Nice. We'll snatch that at some point. What's down below? Let's see. All sorts of finery and whatnot. What? What's happening? There's dogs. Didn't expect dogs. I was too busy poking around. But yeah, the present is not as harmless as I thought it was. So we've got a flight of stairs down there. The reason I'm being so cautious in part is because there's a chief for collecting a key from a room without alerting any of the guards to its presence and without knocking them all out. So if I can find that key, then maybe I can start being a little less cautious. Feels like it should be in this big room that's literally swarming with guards. Now, what have we here? It's part of a combination lock. How odd.
I need the combination to Stilton's study.
Yeah, I do. Combination is over that way, so it's behind that door. But yeah, I'm not ready to transition back to the past just yet. Letter from an architect and a map. What's the architect's letter say? Planned extension? Let's see. Cool, so he's going to get an extension to his house. Was that related to Delilah? Had she organised such a thing? Right, suppose we should clear out some more blood flies. We may as well use our last incendiary bolt just because they can be a pain in the butt. We are getting kind of low on health elixirs. But yeah, I feel like we could be doing shenanigans where we go to the past, pick up bottles of Lamble rum, and then return to the present and use them on the blood flies. But not while there's a chief that may or may not involve not alerting any guards in the past to our present. Right, that might be the blood flies dealt with. There's still a few around, but maybe they're not going to bother us now that all their nests are busted. Oops. Didn't mean to right click there. Almost alert some guards. Right, so that's the door we could get through. Is this a safe place to change from past to present? Maybe. Doesn't look terribly useful though. Yeah, we're just in a cupboard. Right, can we do anything with this swimming pool? We can eat some of Pratchett's lovely jellied eels. We'd be underwater if we went there in the past, because it was pristine looking then. Now, not so much. Yeah, I don't think this bathing room is where we need to be right now. Right, we might have to do something. Otherwise we're just going to be fanning around here for hours. So, we've got that guard guarding that door. What if we get behind him? And then transition? Will that work out for us? It lets us go into Aramis Stilton's back courtyard. Is that where we need to be? Right, there's a guard over there. Let's just quickly switch back. Ah! Blood flies. That's not what we're after. Empty bottle. Is that bottle... Oops. I was going to say, is that bottle empty in the present or not? So there was a guard roaming about here. Where's he gone? There he is. But maybe we don't want to worry about him just yet, because this might be the room with the key. And if it is, then we can't be going around knocking out guards. Alright, so it's out here where the ritual took place. Maybe. There's dogs about. Dogs don't count towards our kill count, I'm pretty sure. Can we check that? Stats. Current mission. Total kills 0. And we've definitely stabbed a dog through the head. So yeah, dogs don't count. They're not real. No, till the dog thinks he spotted something. Down he goes. Sneaky silent dog gets taken out. And hopefully, that's it for dogs. Is that more blood flies? Cheeky little nest. Oh, there's a bunch from up there, is there? Is there another nest? Yeah. Yes, yes. Get away. The horrible things. Right, so what's this doing for us, being up here and roaming about? Safe combinations over there. So, Stilton is there in the past. Is he going to tell us the combination, or do we have to pickpocket? Probably pickpocket. So maybe this is a good spot to go back to the past.
Ashworth gotten the Duke up to. All this is talk of the void, such rubbish.
That notebook contains Stilton's combination.
That
One day
notebook.
young Luca will go too far. May I live to see that day. Theo, forgive me.
Right, okay, so if there's a notebook down there, then let's see. Steady door combination. Stained with mould. Okay, so we are going to need to change.
Part of Stilton's combination is missing.
We just piss off. I'm trying to think. How am I supposed to think with all these blood flies hanging around and doing their thing? Now, there's nowhere here where I can easily hide, is there? Unless I drop down here. But then, where exactly am I looking? So there's Stilton, there's his notebook. He's just sort of shuffling back and forth. He's got guards about the place. Can I quickly pop through time, read his notebook, and then pop back?
Agree to this.
778. Okay.
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then.
Right, so we've got a combination of 778. Now we can shuffle out of this area. Maybe. Now, how does one get out? Do we need to be in the past to climb up? Well, there's a door there. Good. Hopefully no one will be around to spot us.